Hello everyone. Before we get into this video, I just would like to clarify something that I said in yesterday's video. I sort of skipped over and made a little sort of joke out of my awkwardness and my lack of preparation about the Alex Reynolds incident on AEW the other night. And I would like to apologise, I would like to take that back. And I would just like to, give a little explanation as to why I said it. So I watch AEW, starts at 1 in the morning, finishes at 3 in the morning. I'm tired, and I missed what had happened. I didn't really see it. And I saw some people on Twitter kind of talking about it, but the video, I didn't see the video. I saw some people no one was going in too hard on it at the time. I saw that Tony Schiavone had said it was okay. So I said a lot yesterday. Quite a lot of the show I kind of forgot. Not that I forgot it, but I was forgetting individual spots because all I could think about was the steak dinner segment. So in my sort of lack of preparation and awkwardness in the moment, talking about what happened to Alex Reynolds, made a little wayward comment, a little sort of snarky, jokey kind of thing. And I shouldn't have done it. I just really shouldn't have done it, and I feel bad. I've now since seen the video, and it's horrible what happened to him. It's absolutely horrible. How Rick Knox can, call himself like a professional referee with all that going on, all these people in the ring, like Butcher or Blade, brought him over to the corner and tagged in, and he just didn't move, and it's a horrible situation. He was knocked unconscious in the middle of the ring, and was left there for far too long before people came over to check on him. So I would like to retract my comments that I made yesterday, my little silly attempt at a joke, and I do wish Alex Reynolds a speedy recovery, and I hope he is okay. But yeah, just want to get it out of the way quick and early. But with that out of the way, we can get on to the fun stuff, and the fun stuff is this. Today I'm going to be talking about my 5 wrestlers that I think we should be keeping an eye on in 2021, provided we can all go back to the wrestling if you just wear a fucking mask. If you're an anti-masker or an anti-vaxxer, please answer. I don't care. I don't care. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. It's simple as that. Anyway, not going to get into it. I remember writing a little list for my short-lived Squarespace website that I started at the end of last year to talk about wrestlers I think you should, are ones to watch. I don't even know if that went out, but I know I definitely wrote a ones to watch for 2020. I did 10. I've not done a lot of preparation. I've not, wrote a whole list this time. But I know the 5 I'm going to talk about. And I'm only going to talk about 5. I'm not going to talk about 10. Maybe I could do a series of the 5 wrestlers who impressed me the most every month going forward. Just based on what I've watched and what I've seen. So yeah, let's just crack on with it, and we'll start at the top. We'll start with Lee Moriarty. If you're unfamiliar with Lee Moriarty is he's a young wrestler working out of the US independent scene, and he's incredible. He is brilliant. He's a hybrid of all kinds of styles. He's quick, he's athletic, he's very, very technical, he's very proficient at striking and grappling, and just everything he does works so perfect. He's such a fluid wrestler. He works so incredibly against a multitude of opponents. I've not seen a lot of Lee Moriarty. I've seen maybe about 10 matches, but all of them have blown me away. I think he is absolutely incredible. I first heard of him when my all-time favourite wrestler, Alex Shelley, shouted him out on Flash Morgan's podcast, and I immediately sought him out. Same with someone else who we'll talk about on this list. So yeah, Lee Moriarty, I've seen he worked a match with Alex Shelley at the end of last year. Through this year, he worked a lot of the Collective, having some brilliant matches, including one I've still to see because my laptop broke. I don't have money, but I was going to purchase For the Culture and eventually make my way through all the Collective, and I do plan to purchase most of the Collective shows and watch what's happening. But as my money is now tied up in the Replace This Bastard fund, I won't be watching Bound for Glory this weekend. And my viewing of the collective has been halted, but I know that he had an incredible match with ACH, and from what I've seen in GIFs and videos of people there in the feed, he is so good, so good. Proud member of Wholesome Gang, I believe. Maybe he's part of Creep Squad. I know he was testing free agency, but I think he's been signed. So fingers crossed. Lee Moriarty has a big 2021, provided we can get back out there and go to wrestling shows again. I personally really want to see him come over to this side of the world and wrestle in like ICW and OTT. I would love to see him in OTT. Off the top of my head, LJ Cleary and an OTT, and an ICW, Leighton Buzzard or a Stevie Boy or anyone really. I would just very much like to see Lee Moriarty over this side of the world, so I can go see him in person. So yeah, my number 5 wrestlers to watch out for in 2021 is Lee Moriarty. On the topic of wrestlers that Alex Shelley shouted out on Flash Morgan's podcast, we have to talk about number 4, Ben Carter. Now, Ben Carter's just signed for WWE on, I believe, an NXT UK deal. Ben Carter was trained out in America. He's from Jersey, which is in the British Channel. So he's from this side of the world. But I believe he went to university for football or soccer out in America. I think it's Tennessee, maybe? And he was trained at Black and Brave by Seth Rollins or Tyler Black and Marek Brave. So he was trained out there, and he became a bit of a name on the US independent scene. He worked on that Late Night Dynamite on TNT, that 1 hour AEW like teaser show after the NBA playoffs. But he wasn't paid for that show because there was an issue with his residency. So legally, Tony Khan couldn't pay him. He probably got an NCAA duffel bag full of cash for his appearance, but you know there couldn't be a paper trail of his payment because of his residency. But Ben Carter since returned to the UK and has signed for WWE, and the stories were saying that they offered him an NXT UK deal, which for me is a little bit disheartening. I want NXT UK to do well, and I'll start watching definitely if Ben Carter's there, because I love Ben Carter. All the takeover shows have been brilliant for that brand, and I do think if there's anyone that can really just give NXT UK that shot in the arm it needs, it is Ben Carter. Hopefully when the indies are back, he will be on them, because I know that with NXT UK, you have to work your WWE dates, but you can still do some independents. Just there's some ones you can't do. So hopefully we'll see Ben Carter in OTT or in ICW. I just want to see him live. He is an incredible high flyer, one of the best in the world. I highly recommend you check out that match he had on TNT against Scorpio Sky. 2 of the best, most athletic wrestlers in the world. And yeah, I think he's brilliant, and I do think 2021 will be his year. Would have been his year regardless of if he signed for AEW or WWE or just did more indies. 2021 would have been the year of Ben Carter, and fingers crossed he can make it the year of Ben Carter. Now to take a look at the US indies, number 3, I've got a tag team here, and it's the Medusa Complex. It is Millie McKenzie and Charlie Evans, 2 of my favourite wrestlers in the world. I love the Medusa Complex. Millie McKenzie is younger than me, and I hate her. I just hate her for it. She's one of the most talented wrestlers I've ever seen, and so is Charlie Evans. They're both incredible. Former Sendai Girls Pro Tag Team Champions out in Japan, I believe. I'm 90% sure they were. They've done some tours in Japan for Sendai Girls. Millie McKenzie is like one of the most prolific wrestlers on the UK indies, and Charlie Evans is getting up there. Charlie Evans is also Eddie Kingston's Law Cupcake, and that's just wonderful and lovely. But as a tag team, they've not done a lot. I mean, they've done a lot, but in terms of bigger name promotions, like places like Progress, they haven't done much. But I know that they debuted at Progress at one of the shows just before the world closed. I don't know if they wrestled, but I think they beat someone up. And hopefully, when we can run shows again and we can go to these shows, we'll see the Medusa Complex have better matches. Like Millie McKenzie is Suplex Millie. She's brilliant. She's had brilliant matches with people from all over the UK, male, female, whoever. Same with Charlie Evans, but their styles are different but similar and mesh so well. Just thinking of names off the top of my head, I would like to see them wrestle. There's just so many tag teams like the Hunter Brothers. I'd like to see them get on a bigger stage and wrestle with this complex. Aussie Open, for one. More Than Hype over in OTT. Just a lot of great tag teams, and I do think this will be the year, provided we, like I said, but this is all totally riding on the fact that we can still go back to shows. I think the Medusa Complex are going to have a hell of a year ahead of them. Coming in at number 2, we're staying in the UK and Irish wrestling scene for number 1 and 2. But coming in at number 2, we have Joe Nelson, aka Kid Lycos 2. Joe Nelson is also like 19, and I hate him. I do. I really do. Joe Nelson was given the Kid Lycos 2 mantle at a Shad and Friends show after losing to someone who we won't name. He joined the Lycos gym, and he now wrestles as Kid Lycos 2 with an original Lycos mask. And he's brilliant. He's a very, very competent high flyer. He understands the storytelling of it all brilliantly. He's just so, especially having people like Lycos and Brooks and Aussie Open there to sort of help you guide yourself through it. It's just obviously not going to hurt. Like I said, he's like 19, I think, now. 2000. No, he'll be 18. He'll be 18. Yeah, he'll be 18 years old. The prick. He's been Kid Lycos 2 since he was 17. And that's like, if you know who Kid Lycos are, if you know who CCK are, that's a fucking massive deal, obviously. People I do want to see him wrestle around the indies. He's kind of wrestled all of them on the UK indies because he's been around for a while. But I'd like to see him get a more prominent role in some companies like OTT and Progress and ICW. Maybe even when the world reopens, some CCK matches out in America with Chris Brooks. And Gresham's out there as well, obviously. I just really like Joe Nelson, and I really do hope that once we can go back and the shows are running again, he can sort of take his game to the next level and get in front of a lot more people. And the number 1 pick is once again another tag team or a stable. It's More Than Hype from Ireland. LJ Cleary, Darren Kearney and Nathan Martin. If you are familiar with OTT, you'll be familiar with More Than Hype. They are 3 of the most exciting young wrestlers in the world. I believe they're on the WWE network. I think they're I think they wrestled Volter and 2 other people, probably Timothy Thatcher and someone. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but I know they're on the WWE network. They've been mainstays of OTT for a while now in the tag division and the singles division. LJ Cleary was a former gender neutral champion in OTT. I've seen them have brilliant matches with everyone they've stepped in the ring with. The match against the Grizzled Young Veterans, which I missed being at that show, at the anniversary show, because I was in Orange Cassidy's merch line for the entire intermission, and then at the last minute someone cut in front of me in the queue. We were both wearing double denim. I've been waiting for ages. He just showed up, cut in front of me, became the first man in double denim to show Orange Cassidy, and I wasn't happy. But I've since went back and watched that match with More Than Hype and the Grizzled Young Veterans, and it's incredible. They just, I can't really describe More Than Hype outside of it. You just need to watch it. You need to, even being there is brilliant, but watching it at home is fantastic. You think of all the incredible teams that that are around the independent scene on this side of the world. You've got Aussie Open, you've got Mustache Mountain, you've got the Grizzled Young Veterans, who I mentioned. There's just so many of these incredible teams cutting about, and I do want to see more. I mean, tag team wrestling needs to be brought on taken more seriously, as on the independents, but there's so much good talent out there. And More Than Hype are definitely up towards the top on this side of the scene. In terms of tag teams around the world, I would want to see them wrestle. Violence is Forever, the besties in the world. There's just so many. Bear Country, Danhausen and Warhorse would be fun. Throw Effie in there and do a trios match. yeah, I just do think there's such a wealth of talent on the independent scene. And the reason I'm making this video, and I think the reason I'm not really scripted it so much, and I'm just sort of letting myself riff off. I wrote out my list, and I'm just sort of letting myself ramble without really a plan of where to go. Because I've been watching old shows, or I've not been going to shows, I kind of forget just how good some of these people are. And with Collective just happening, it reminded me of just how good and how powerful independent wrestling is. Whether the Collective should have went ahead, that's another discussion for another day. Today we're here to talk about fun things and wrestlers that we all think should do a lot more. So yeah, if you do one thing from this video, please seek out all the wrestlers I mentioned. Please do. You've got Lee Moriarty, Ben Carter, Medusa Complex, Joe Nelson, and More Than Hype. Please seek out all of them. Watch as much content as you can. If they have t-shirts, buy t-shirts. If you can find other ways to support them, please support them. Right now, indie wrestling is it's needing the kick up the arse that it can't really have without putting shows back on. And it's not entirely safe to put shows back on in the UK. Almost every country is in lockdown. I think all countries are in lockdown actually, so it's not safe to be putting on shows. So these wrestlers are sort of not forgotten about, but not at the forefront of everyone's mind in the same way that they would usually be. So please, if you have your favourite independent wrestler, go watch their matches, go tweet them and tell them how much you love watching their matches. Go watch matches from the 5 acts I discussed today, and just never forget how incredible independent professional wrestling is. So if you enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe, comment down below for any other future discussion topics you want to see me talk about. More things in the works coming up, more things planned, more videos planned. I'm going to go back to 2, maybe even, hopefully, possibly try and go up to 3. I've had an idea for a little series, but only just wait and see right now. But yeah, for now, that's all I got today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.